Good morning everyone, especially to you, ma'am. So my assigned topic is all about the basic terms in special education. Developmental disabilities, impairment or disability, handicap, and at-risk. So let us first tackle the developmental disabilities. Developmental disabilities refers to a severe chronic disability of a child 5 years of age or older, that is. So, when we say developmental disabilities, it is a group of conditions due to an impairment in physical, learning, language, or behavioral areas. These conditions begin during the developmental period by impact day by day by functioning and usually last throughout a person's lifetime. So, kanang example sa developmental disabilities are those people who have conditions in like autism, behavioral disorders, brain injury, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, fetal alcohol syndrome, intellectual disability, and spina bifida. Next is the impairment or disability. Impairment or disability refers to reduced function or loss of a specific part of the body or organ. A person may have disabilities such as blindness, example nga ni kanang buta or mga hanap o pananaw, kanang mga unsay tawag anay, mga amang, and kanang maglisod og dungog ba, mental retardation, learning disabilities, communication disorder, emotional and behavioral disorders, physical and health impairments, and severe disabilities. These disabilities or impairments limit or restrict the normal functions of a particular organ of the body. In case of the sensory disabilities, blindness and deafness, vision or sight, and audition or hearing do not function normally and restrict the person's seeing and hearing. The speech mechanism is impaired in communication disorders and causes the persons to have voice problems, improper rhythm and timing in speech, and even stuttering. The skeletal and nervous systems are impaired in case of physical and health impairments and severe disabilities. The results of crippling conditions, cerebral palsy, and other physical disabilities. Impairment and disabilities are used interchangeable. Next is the handicap. Handicap refers to a problem a person with disability or impairment encounters when interacting with people, events, and the physical aspects of the environment. For example, a child with low vision or blindness cannot read the regular print of textbook. Pero napoy uban nga child nga kanang makakita sila in kanang ganing padakan ag agi kanang by kanang dagko kayo nga letter ang agi kanang napoy uban nga like for example sa nakita nato sa motor lock naay usa didto nga kanang pungkol gani siya tiil, then nakahibaw siya og motor or kanang ni-appeal siya sa rides. Then katupong kanapong ga wheelchair, example yan, another example, katupong ga wheelchair nga di siya kamauog about sa volleyball, mga physical activities ba, and pero kanang kamao siya in terms of answering mathematics problem. Muna siya example sa handicap, mga kakayahan ba nila. Next is the at-risk. It refers to a children who have greater chances than other children to develop a disability. The child is in danger of substantial development delay because of medical, biological, and environmental factors if early intervention services are not provided. Down syndrome occurs during the early phase or pregnancy when one parental chromosomes fails to separate at conception, resulting in the child's having a 47 chromosomes instead of the normal 46 or 23 pairs. At birth, the infant has abnormal physical characteristics and mental retardation. If a pregnant woman contracts German measles or rubella during the first 3 months of pregnancy, the fetus is at rest. For blindness, deafness, or mental retardation, the fetus in the womb of a woman who consumes alcohol heavily and chain smokes or takes prohibited drugs is at rest. For brain injury that causes disabilities. If a disability runs in the family, the fetus may inherit it and the infant will be born with a disability. Children may meet accidents, suffer from certain disease, malnutrition, and other environmental deprivations that can lead to disabilities. So, at rest, there are 3 categories of children. Ang children nga na cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and other conditions that started during pregnancy, mo na siya gitawag og established rest. Then, ang children pod nga naay katong na gipanganak nga premature, underweight at birth, whose mother contracted diabetes kadtong naigo nga sa sakit nga diabetes during pregnancy and rubella, or during the first trimester of pregnancy, or katong naay parents gani or kanang buntis nga nakakuan og HIV or bacterial infections like meningitis and HIV. Muna siya gitawag og biological rest. Ang mga bata pod nga kanang tungod sa kapobrehon, child abuse, absence of adequate shelter and medical care, parental substance abuse, limited opportunities for nurturance and social stimulations, mo po na siya gitawag og environmental rest. So, mangutana ta, what are the categories of exceptionalities among children and youth with special needs? So there are 9 categories of exceptionalities among children and youth with special needs. First is the mental retardation. When we say mental retardation, it refers to substantial limitations in present functioning. It is characterized by significantly sub-average intellectual functioning, existing concurrently with related limitations in 2 or more of the following applicable adaptive skill areas: communication, self-care, home living, social skills, community use, self-direction and health, safety, functional, academics, leisure, and work. Mental retardation manifests before 18 age or before 18. Kanang mo na siya gitawag og American Association of Mental Retardation in 1992. So, ang mental retardation ay mo dito maka-encounter ta og mental retardation or before 18 years old. Next is the giftedness and talent. Giftedness refers to the traits of above average general abilities, high-level task commitment, and creativity, or Renzulli, 1978. Giftedness emphasizes talent as the primary defining characteristics. Mao na siya gitawag og Feldhusen in 1992. Ang giftedness shows in superior memory, observational powers, curiosity, creativity, and ability to learn. Mao na siya na-include siya sa Puerto in 1994. Next is the specific learning disabilities. Number 3. This means a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes involved in understanding or in language spoken or written, which may manifest itself in an imperfect ability to listen, think, speak, write, read, spell, or do mathematical calculations. The term includes such conditions as perceptual handicaps, brain injury, minimal brain dysfunction, dyslexia, and development aphasia. That the primarily the results of visual, hearing, or motor handicaps or mental retardation, or of environmental, cultural, or economic disadvantages. Muna siya ina-include sa U.S. Office of Education in 1997. Next is the term the emotional and behavioral disorders. The term emotional and behavioral disorders means a condition exhibiting one or more of the following characteristics over a long period of time and to mark degree, which adversely affect educational performance. First, an inability to learn which cannot be explained by intellectual, sensory, and health factors. Second is an ability to build or maintain satisfactory interpersonal relationship with peers and teachers. Number 3 is inappropriate types of behavior or feelings under normal circumstances. Next is general pervasive moods of unhappiness or depression. Or next is a tendency to develop physical symptoms or fears associated with personal or school problems. The term includes children who have autistic. The term does not include children who have special maladjusted unless it is determined that they are seriously emotional disturbed or na-include din siya in U.S. Department of Education. Number 5 is the speech and language disorders or communication disorders. Exists when the impact that a communication pattern has on person's life meets any one of the following criteria. First is the transmission and or perception of images is faulty. Next is the person is placed at an economic disadvantage. Third is the person is placed at a learning advantage or disadvantage. Fourth is there is a negative impact on the person's emotional growth. And lastly is the problem causes physical damage or endangers the health of the person. So na-include siya sa Emmerich and Hines in 1986. Number 6 is the hearing impairment. It is a generic term that includes hearing disabilities ranging from mild to profound. Those encompassing children who are deaf and those who are hard of hearing. A person who is deaf is not able to use hearing to understand speech, although he or she may perceive some sounds. Even with a hearing aid, the hearing loss is too great to allow a deaf person to understand speech through the ears alone. A person who is hard of hearing has a significant hearing loss that makes some special adaptations necessary. Na-involved ni siya sa Paul and Quigley in 1996, cited in Hayward in 2003. Number 7 is the visual impairment. Students with visual impairment display a wide range of visual disabilities, from total blindness of relatively good residual or remaining vision. There is a visual restriction of sufficient severity that is interferes with normal progress in a regular educational program without modifications in school in 1986, cited in Hayward in 2003. A child who is blind is totally without sight or has a so little visual or vision that he or she learns primarily through the other senses, such as touch, to read Braille. A children with low vision is able to learn through the visual channel and generally learns to read print. Mo to akong giingon nga naiuban nga kanang murag sa tawag nay kanang di kayo kaklaro ba sa layo or sa duol, makabasa sila through kanang hatagan siya nimong dagko nga litra or sa kanang dagko nga kanang dagko lagis nga pagsuwat. Then number 8 is the physical impairments, maybe orthopedic or orthopedic impairments that involve the skeletal system, the bones, the joints, limbs, and associated muscles. Or they may be neurological impairments that involve the nervous system, affecting the ability to move, use, feel, or control certain parts of the body. Health impairments include chronic illnesses. This is, they are present over long periods and tend not to get better or disappear. Lastly is the severe disabilities. The term severe, kung may tag severe ka nang dili kayo kanang say tawagan ay dili kayo grabe nga disabilities, generally encompass individuals with severe and profound disabilities in intellectual, physical, and social functioning because of the intensity of their physical, mental, or emotional problems, or a combination of such problems. They need highly specialized educational, social, psychological, and medical services beyond those which are traditionally offered by regular and special education programs in order to maximize their potential for useful and meaningful participation in social and for self-fulfillment. Children and youth with severe disabilities include those who are seriously emotionally disturbed, autistic, profoundly and severely mentally retarded, deaf, blind, mentally retarded, blind, and cerebral palsy deaf, and U.S. Department of Education. Labels and names that were derogatory were used in the past to describe people with physical deformities, mental retardation, and behavior problems. These determining terms that are not be anymore or imbecile, moron, idiot, mentally deficient, dunce, and fool. Even the words mute and dumb are unacceptable and inappropriate to describe persons who manifest speech and language problem as a result of deafness. So, kato ko lang akong mga gipang mention ng mga word like mute, dumb, mga moron, mga idiot. Dili ko na pwede sa mga katong mga kanang persons with kanang special needs. Di na pwede nga mga term kay makasakit po na nila. So, that's all. Thank you.